What's going on, y'all? So I want to kind of explore the question about whether or not humans started out vegan. Now, I'm not entering the discussion about whether or not we should be. And I, for myself, am not vegan. I am I eat in an omnivore type manner. But even though I do see a benefit in leaning toward um, a little bit more toward vegan, I'll kind of try to answer that a little bit in this video. Now, again, I'm not suggesting to you what you need to do or what is or whatever. I'm just kind of like exploring this from some of the stuff that I've learned, in particular from um, some of the stuff I've recently read. All right, um, so and some people who are vegan probably are familiar with this. If you're vegan and you are one who reads the Bible, you're familiar with Genesis 129, which says, this is after everything's been created. And it says, Then God said, Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the surface of all the earth, and every tree which has fruit yielding seed. It shall be food for you, and to every beast of the earth, and to every 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 bird of the sky. I can't read my writing. And to everything that moves on the earth which has life, I have given every green plant for food. And it was so. And so again, I'm not suggesting to you what you need to do. So please just gonna understand why I'm reading these things. So the creation story in the Bible suggests that not only did humans start out vegan, but everything did. Because it says God is talking to mankind, and then it says, and to every beast of the earth and every bird of the sky and everything that moves on the earth, I have given every green plant for food. So, um, but it's not until Genesis 9, where's it at? Genesis 9, where animals are essentially allowed as food for mankind. And it says in Genesis 9, verses 2 and 3, the fear of you and the terror of you will be on every beast of the earth and on every bird of the sky, with everything that creeps on the ground and all the fish of the sea. And to your hand they are given. Every moving thing that is alive shall be food for you. I give all to you as I gave the green plant. So the thing that's significant about Genesis 9 is that that happens after the flood came on the earth, the Noah's Ark, that flood, the flood that covered the whole earth. So anyhow, the creation story suggests that all living things started out vegan, that we ate plants and plants only. Now, and again, when you get to the flood and after that, it suggests, meat as a food source. So now I know some have suggested, that that animals were only given as a food source because there was not much vegetation on the ground, since it was, after all, after the flood. Now I've never read anything in the Bible to suggest that. Just kind of reading what it says at face value, it says, Genesis 129, every plant, herb bearing seed or whatever. And then after the flood in Genesis 9, okay, now the same way I gave you the green plant, I give you every moving thing that's alive. Now, again, am I suggesting to you that you need to be vegan for that? No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not vegan. I respect those who are. Um, but I'm not vegan. I eat in an omnivore way. However, one thing I do feel pretty strongly about is that plants should be a major part of everybody's diet. Um, for I mean, even just thinking about it from a logical standpoint. Now we live in a day and age where we have supermarkets and stuff, and people, mass produce meat of all kinds and whatnot. So meat is a much bigger part of most everybody's diet these days than it used to be, especially in the Western countries. However, plants are naturally much more plentiful. Okay. And then also, they tend to be cheaper, easier to kind of come by. Now, when you used to have to hunt for meat, then meat was much more um challenging to come by. You had to really go and work out there for it. But I really do believe, at least I feel very strongly that the bulk of our diet should be plants. Now that kind of brings into this whole conversation, um, like what we're kind of designed for and whatnot. So, like from a design standpoint, and I need to look into this more. I'll share this link that I have from Live Science. It kind of talks about omnivores, herbivores, and carnivores. So, herbivores are living beings that only eat like plants only, and so those is like cows and deer and animals like that. And so then you have carnivores that only eat meat, like the lions and hyenas and other big cats and um, animals like those that only eat meat. Then you have omnivores like bears, a lot of birds are omnivores, like chickens, and us. And the thing is, like when you look at the digestive systems, the digestive system of the herbivore, the animal that only eats plants, tends to be very, very complex. Because, like, even think about the cow, for example, or the deer. A lot of times when I see these deer in my neighborhood, which is a ton of deer, you'll see them kind of sitting down and chewing, constantly chewing. It's called chewing the cud, because animals like them have several stomachs, and they use those. They use those because they're able to extract lots and lots of nutrients out of plants because of the complexity of their digestive systems. That enables them to extract way more nutrients out of plants and stuff than we do. It doesn't mean that we can't extract nutrients out of plants. It's just that they extract way more. That's their only food source, and their digestive system is complex enough to get more nutrients out of plants. Okay. There are some things that they're able to kind of do with plants that we can't do, and so a lot of what happens with us as omnivores is we can extract a lot of nutrients out of plants to a degree, and then the rest of the waste just kind of gets excreted out. I mean, the rest of the stuff is a waste that gets excreted out. Carnivores apparently have a relatively simple digestive system, that doesn't let me see what this site says. Let's see. Yeah, because according to this site, it says that meat is relatively easy to digest. Now, I think that is for those who are designed to digest the food. Carnivores tend to have a lot of stomach acid and short digestive systems that allow that meat to kind of pass on through, and it doesn't really take a lot to get the nutrients and stuff out of those. But apparently, with omnivores, our digestive systems are somewhere kind of like in between, where we can digest plant materials, but there's it's to a degree. Um, but at the same time, we can extract nutrients from meats and things as well. So anyhow, I just think that's a very interesting thing to consider. A conversation that I haven't even gone very deep into at all. But I am a believer, though, or at least I feel very strongly that that we should be eating mostly plants. That we have the ability to eat meat, and I don't have any issue with that. But I think the bulk of our stuff should be plants that are chewed very, very well and sourced well, and mostly leafy greens and things like that. Okay. So anyhow, I'm just curious to know if you have any thoughts about this. Just something I wanted to talk about real quick. As we get older, it becomes increasingly important to maintain and build muscle. Muscle helps you burn fat, stay mobile, and can contribute to longevity. However, many people have no idea how to work out to build muscle. My mini workout series on Patreon provides you with my body weight mini workout video library. These workouts use little to no equipment, which means that you can do them in the privacy of your own home. They start at beginner level and progress from there to ensure you continue to see results. Every workout is a full body workout, hitting chest, back, legs, and glutes, as well as other muscles in between. Become a patron today and receive access to my series of mini workouts, plus access to a digital copy of my book, 8 Weeks to Transform Your Diet and Your Health. By combining the workouts with healthy diet changes, as outlined in my book, you'll definitely be on your way to weight loss, improved health, and visible results. Join me at patreon.com/SeanB2B Fitness today.